I don't want to go that far. I would say right now, I want to give Geno some of his flowers, as we like to say. He's been playing really well. This guy, drafted by the New York Jets, didn't work out. Went to the Giants, went to the Chargers, and now he's in Seattle, sat behind Russ. He's getting his opportunity to start. But we can't diminish what Russ did.
No one
the
is.
Seahawks,
are they better off right now without Russell Wilson?
No, it's too early to say that. They're what, 2-2? Like, they haven't. They're I think 1 or 2 games right now. So yes, Geno Smith is playing good football. So I understand the question and why we're talking about it, but look at what they did with Russ. They won more playoff games in the 10 years Russ was there than it was like 36 seasons before that. Russ won a Super Bowl there. It took him to 2 Super Bowls. So I don't want to say they're better off without him, because we were able to see what he did for that organization. And I know the Legion of Boom was the main focus while he was there. That defense was incredible, being at the top in points allowed every single year. But he got it done. He made plays on his feet. He made plays outside the pocket to secure wins, to get them going, to find some momentum. So Russell Wilson, Strange, and all the other acronyms and things you want to say about him off the field, let's ride, all of those things on the field, he finds a way in clutch moments to get the job done. Right now, I'm not going to say they're better off without him. Broncos struggling a little bit, still 2-2. A quarterback like Russ brings some faith and some belief in the building.
I can't tell you how badly I'd love to go here. I'm dying to go here. There's a thing called chemistry, there's a personality fit, there's all sorts of extra stuff with Russell Wilson. I mean, the word strange just got thrown out, and it's applied a lot of different ways. I just can't get there yet. I can't. Are you disappointed in me, Peter?
No, go. I want to hear your take. I mean,
listen. I love the Geno thing. I love Geno as a person. I love his story, and he's playing really well, and he's setting completion percentage records. There's still a point where you're like, we have Russell Wilson, and he is a killer, and he has 9 playoff wins, and he engineered maybe the greatest comeback in playoff history. It's still Russell Wilson. It just feels very hot-takey. It feels like maybe we should go on our show and pose a question. They're better off without, and the headline really reads like, that's garbage, basically, for other shows. Like, we try to pride ourselves on some authenticity here, so I can't jump on it. I just can't. And believe me, like, I am not Russ's champion, and they're definitely having problems with Denver, and maybe it will work out, maybe it wouldn't. I just still have too much respect for the purely on-field product that he presents and how magical he is. And I'm not talking about the Legion of Boom era. I'm talking about the DK Metcalf and Lockett era, in which he had brilliant stretches and brilliant performances, and ultimately it was flawed. So, no, I can't get to are the Seahawks better without Russell Wilson? Now, if you want to talk about are the Cowboys better with Cooper Rush, then come on over and sit down. I'll get to that in a different segment, but I can't get there with Russ.
Let me present the case. And it's not hot takey. It's Russ didn't want to be there anymore. And for 2 years, he had this place hostage on, I'm sort of here, I'm not sort of here. He went to his agent and listed different cities he would want to play in. That hovers over an entire organization. Does our quarterback want to be here? Does our quarterback want to play with us? Well, they eventually trade him, and let's look at the trade compensation that they got here for Russell Wilson. What did they get in exchange? Well, they get Drew Lock, who's now the backup quarterback. They get Noah Fant, starting tight end. They get Shelby Harris, starter. They get 2 different first-round picks, 2 different second-round picks, a 5th-round pick. And you know what they're paying Geno Smith right now? They're paying Geno Smith $500,000 with bonuses that can be up to $4 million. Geno Smith's on a 1-year deal. To me, Russell is 32, doesn't want to be here. I think his best football might be for the Seattle Seahawks behind him. In the last 2 years, we haven't done anything in the playoffs, so are we better off without him? Maybe if you go 1 for 1, Geno Smith versus Russell Wilson, you'd say I'd take Russell Wilson, but in this particular situation, in a vacuum, gosh, Geno Smith looks good in Shane Waldron's offense, looks better than Russell did last year, sure looks comfortable, and Geno wants to be there. Geno wants to be there and is making 1/100th of what Russell was making. I think the Seahawks were ready for a change. I think Russell was ready for a change. If you listen to Pete Carroll in his conversations, he makes it very clear that, hey, we're good with what the guy we got is doing and how we are. So, Jason, no one's taking away Russell Wilson's achievements. This guy is going to the Hall of Fame. I don't think if he ever takes another snap, he's going to the Hall of Fame. That's how good he is. But at 32 years old, after 2 years of this hovering, I don't know if I want to be here. I do want to be here. Maybe go Hawks. Go. Good riddance. Go on to your next venture. we like what we've got here, and Geno Smith, for far less expensive price tag, is getting the job done, if not better, at least as in a comparable way as to what Russell was doing in this offense.
That's all we can answer the question to is so far. I think to project a Geno Smith-led Seahawks team to have the playoff success that Russell Wilson is, that's a little too far to go with when you're going to extrapolate the situation. But you go with the numbers and the trade and the compensation, then the Broncos had to pay the guy, which was an even further commitment to the situation. I'm going to go with the vibe check here, which, to Peter's point, this was just an awkward thing. I think Russell Wilson seems like a guy that really wants to be liked, and I think he wanted to go to Seattle week 1, opening night, and be cheered on, be received well, to have a warm, fuzzy feelings in the building, and it was not that. I specifically asked for the boos to be not played during this because I feel badly that they were as loud as they were, but Pete Carroll kind of drew that up the week before. The fans will know how to handle it when Russell Wilson walks back in the building, and they handled it as they wanted to. Pete Carroll is a fantastic coach, and it was going to be that guy or the other. And Russell Wilson, it's not really a connection between the two quarterbacks. It's more that I think the Seahawks, as a franchise moving forward with Pete Carroll as your quarterback, are better off without Russell Wilson.
Geno is your quarterback right now, you're saying.
With Geno, but it's not about Geno. It's about the organization, and I think that it is better off without Russell Wilson.
There's the hover factor. Peter used the word hover. But then there's also the are you a good player factor, which trumps the hover.
No doubt
about it. The Seahawks are 2-2. All right, has Geno Smith had a big win yet? They got crushed by the Niners. They beat the Lions. You know what Russell Wilson would have done to that Lions team? He would have gone for 500 yards. So, like,
But we've said that about Russell Wilson in the first couple of weeks. Like, you know what he's going to do to this team or that, and he hasn't done that yet.
But
with Denver.
Seattle. Like, the hover thing is real. But is Geno going to be? Are we talking about Geno in week 9 and week 12 and week 3? I don't know.
NFC's offensive player of the week. He leads every stat in a lot of ways. And I would say this. Like, 1-year deal. There's nothing to lose for. I'm talking about, is Seattle better off without Russell Wilson? Not is Geno Smith better?
We'll see.
I think right now they are better without Russell Wilson, and it was time to move on because of the situation that it was. It was a toxic situation. Go on, chase your dreams, go be a Denver Bronco.